And here we have beautiful pecan slabs that we just picked up at the mill. Every single one of these slabs starts out getting ripped apart in the driveway. We had to make 6-inch pieces, which we did with the saw, and my assistant there is hammering in some wedges because these woods kind of warp sometimes. Everything's going great until bang! What was it? I don't know. Let's cut it from the other side and we'll figure it out. Cut. All right, pick it up, slam it. Darn thing's annoying. Okay, I got it off. And look at that. It was a nail. So we take that piece inside, and now we'll cut another piece. Every single one of these slabs gets cut into 6-inch pieces. It took us a couple days to get these slabs completely cut up. Now once we move that piece, we flip the last of the slab over, cut off the live edge so that will give us another 6-inch piece. This is the most tedious and dirty portion of the entire thing, making it apart, so we do this outside. My neighbors not always like it, but here's all those slabs cut down into their 6-inch pieces. Beautiful looking wood there. It looks amazing then, and there we have it all stacked nice and neat in the shop. Now we did have a few casualties, quite a few saw blades. Found some nails in it. That nail was 108 rings into the tree. Now that we got all the slabs cut up, we're cutting it down even further on the bandsaw so that we can make sure every edge is straight enough. This is one of those small live edge pieces that we cut it into the 6 inches, but the other side just had a little bit of live edge we couldn't get cut off very easily. So it was best to throw this up on the bandsaw, and I've got a nice 3/4 inch resaw blade on there. It didn't make it past the end of this contract. That blade kind of blew out on us. But got that cut off. Now it's on to the jointing. This is the only video I took of this because it was kind of a crazy process. As you can see, these are 12-foot boards. We kind of look like some Three Stooges. Run it through, run it back. Run it through, run it back. Now, when Dave wasn't there and I had to do it by myself, that was a whole different story. Which is why I didn't film that. It's a lot harder to do these things by yourself than it is with your assistant. He made this project work. And a lot of my milling was done throughout the week. It took me 2 weeks to get from slab to a completely milled board. But once it was finally at that point, man, did they look amazing. And after the boards were milled, I started working on the leg blanks. Here's for the table leg pieces. We got that glued up. Took almost every clamp in the shop, but we did get it glued up. Here they are glued up. Now these smaller pieces for the bench, they were 4.5 wide by 18 inches long is what I'm cutting them down to. So they were very easy to cut on my 12-inch compound miter saw by Rigid. This miter saw has been amazing. It cuts up to 12-inch long pieces, which is great for many projects I work on. It had no problem on this pieces of the smaller legs. Just cuts through them like butter. I'm checking every single size with my woodpecker 36-inch ruler. Now here comes the problem. This is the big table legs. They are 6 inches by 6 inches, which proved to be just a little tough on my 12-inch compound miter saw. Turns out the cut of these 12-inch saws is actually only 5 inches, not 6. Oops. But I made it through. I just had to cut it and then flip it. And then here I am doing the last cut on this, which I had to do these extremely slowly so that the blade wouldn't burn. Pecan's an extremely hard wood. In fact, it's the second hardest in America. So when you're cutting large, thick pieces, you can tend to burn up your blade, which is what happened on all the slabs. I think we went through 4 of those circular saw blades. Now that these are all the right sizes, completely milled, I can now take this final one that I just cut. I'm going to set it over with the others. Don't mind the big mess. It's from cutting up all those slabs. And this is all the pieces that are ready to go down and get turned and made into the table legs. Next, I laid out the entire tabletop for the customer's review. The next couple videos are going to be the finishing process of making the table and the chairs, so stay tuned and subscribe.